Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. In my last video I told you about when I was expecting twins, and it wasn't just a normal pregnancy at all. It was actually a surprise twin pregnancy. Now you're probably thinking, what's she talking about, if you haven't actually seen my video. So go and watch that one first and then come back and watch this one, and then hopefully it will all make sense. Most of us have a big surprise anyway when we have twins, because you never get pregnant to think, I'm gonna have 2 babies or more. You just think, I'm gonna have 1 baby. So finding out we're having twins in the first place was a big surprise, but a fantastic surprise. And I also said in my last video, during my 12-week scan, something wasn't normal, I guess you would say. That would probably be the word. There was a bit of a shock discovery, and then from that moment on, our journey into our twin pregnancy was completely different to anything you could imagine. It was just the most crazy, scary, fantastic, weird, wonderful experience. And did I say scary? Because it was scary as well, that you could ever imagine to happen during a twin pregnancy. Anyway, I will dive into it now and let you know, because I can imagine you are hanging on the edge of your seat right now trying to find out what it is. Right, so basically I said twin 1 was measuring at the size it should be measuring. It was perfectly fine. And then twin 2 was not measuring the same as twin 1. Now I know you do get some discrepancies in sizes with twins anyway, but this one was a pretty big difference in size. There was actually a 3-week size difference between twin 1 and twin 2, and they couldn't understand why the size difference was so big. So they thought maybe if I jumped around for a bit, that would help, the measurements would look better. So I did that. I jumped about, wiggled around, you know, everything that they ask you to do, and still the measurements were still showing the same. That twin 2 was measuring 3 weeks smaller than twin 1. So what was I? My 12-week scan. Twin 2 was measuring at 9 weeks, which was pretty scary actually when she said that, because the first thing you think of is there's probably something wrong. Anyway, I don't want to think like that, because that did not happen. Right. Anyway, let's try and get my head away from that, because that upsets me every time I think about it. Yep, so my babies were measuring at 3 weeks distance, and so I went home and then I had another scan. I think it was a couple of weeks later. No, I had another scan 3 weeks later, because it was my my second baby's 12-week scan. So I went back, and guess what? It was still measuring 3 weeks behind. There was still a gap of 3 weeks between these 2 babies. So it wasn't, the gap wasn't getting any bigger and it wasn't getting any smaller. So that was good news. Measured the babies again, and they were both perfectly in proportion for their age, I guess. Twin 1 was measuring 15, 12, 34, 15, yeah, I do. I can't believe I just added up 3. Okay, yeah, so twin 1 was measuring at 15 weeks, and twin 2 was measuring the size of a 12-week-old baby. So that was great. And then I had another scan. I think it was a week or maybe 2 weeks after that, because this was strange. Something was going on, clearly. And I met with my consultant's team. I had a scan, and they said to me, now this is where it gets really crazy and pretty cool and a bit weird, and you know, what is going on? What are you telling me? This is nuts. They said to me, because I was on fertility treatment to help with ovulation, things like that, they think what's happened is I was pregnant with the first baby, twin one, and then 3 weeks later I ovulated again and I got pregnant again. So I got pregnant whilst I was already pregnant, and that was the strangest thing I have ever heard, because that's just not supposed to happen, is it? You're not supposed to be able to get pregnant whilst you're already pregnant. I know so many people joke about it, and we're all led to believe that science, nature, everything does not let that happen at all. So I'm sat there thinking, what are you talking about? This is crazy, because it's not supposed to happen. Anyway, so armed with this information that they are pretty sure that this happened, my fantastic doctor, Dr. Walker, he said he thinks that this is a superfetation pregnancy. That's the word for it, superfetation. That means you get pregnant whilst already being pregnant, and that's what happened to me, he thinks, and only time would tell, because it was still pretty early on. I'd only had a few scans, and time going on, when I'd have more scans, if there was a size discrepancy, then we might start to think that actually maybe it's not an extra pregnancy. Maybe there is something amiss that's making this baby not grow properly, or something like that. So off I went, off home. Obviously spoke to Reese about this, and I told him that they think this is what's happening. So you can imagine his response of, what are you talking about? That's not real. That kind of thing doesn't happen. So I went home and got onto Google, as you do. And guess what? There is hardly any information out there whatsoever about what they think has happened to me. And I Googled it and Googled it. And do you know, it was pretty cool, because there wasn't really any information out there. And what I had learned was that there was literally a handful of cases ever documented in the world ever, that this had ever happened before. So yeah, that was pretty cool. And it was also not so great, because I couldn't read up anyone else's experiences, not really. There was a lady that I did read about, but there wasn't really much information about her. I did actually email her doctor where she got pregnant. No, who did her scan, not where she got pregnant. What am I talking about? Who did a scan and said that she had a superfetation pregnancy. They didn't bother to email me back. But anyway, so there is no information online about this, really. I say no information, there was a very small amount of information. So I was basically living this fantastic pregnancy, kind of unaware of what could potentially happen, if everything was going to be all right in the end. Yeah, so that is my fantastic twin experience. I got pregnant whilst I was already pregnant. and I have my twins and they are absolutely fantastic. I ended up having my twins at 33 weeks and 6 days, and twin 2 was 30 weeks and roughly about 6 days. They were actually born at the same time, because people have asked me, hang on a minute, how can you have one which is born at 33 weeks and one was born at 30 weeks? Did you have them at separate times? There is actually a lady I know that has had her twin babies born at different times, but no, that's not what happened to me. They were conceived at different times, which makes them superfetation twins. I call them my super twins. And I started documenting this crazy pregnancy on Instagram because I thought, do you know what? People are gonna want to know about this. So I made an Instagram page, which if you want to follow them and see how they progress, the Instagram account is roberts.supertwins, and yeah, come and find us, come and follow, and you'll watch them grow up. There's quite a bit to catch up on actually, so that's good. But yeah, the rest of the journey of my pregnancy wasn't so straightforward. There were lots of ups and downs, some really scary bits, some bits that have me really knotted up and quite tearful when I think about it, because it was a pretty rough journey. I'll do another video on that. I'll sit there with a big box of tissues, I'm sure, get myself through this video. You never know, I might get Reese to join in with me, because he went through the experience as well, and it was pretty tough on both of us. And you know what? I'm so glad I had him with me, because he's such a great support, and we needed to support each other through this, because yeah, it was tough. So I'm going to stop thinking about that right now. But yeah, Google superfetation twins if you want, superfetation or superfetation twins. You'll probably find loads of stuff on my twins about it. And let's face it, you'll probably find some stuff on YouTube about it. But yeah, everyone was doing videos about my twins, and I thought I should be doing videos about my twins and my fantastic experience of superfetation. And maybe I'll do a video actually about superfetation, what it really is and how it works and things like that, because I think that's interesting actually. But anyway, if you found my video at all interesting, I hope you did, please give me a like, and if you wouldn't mind subscribing as well, that'd be fantastic. And then you get to watch all my new videos that I'll be doing. And we're not just going to be doing videos talking about the twins. I hope to do a whole array of videos about our family, about how everything is in our world, because I think it's pretty interesting, especially when you find out more about my twins. Yeah, so give me a thumbs up and give me a subscribe, press that button, and I'll see you in my next video. And if you have an Instagram account, go and give us a follow on there as well, roberts.supertwins, and I'll see you guys soon. Thank you. Bye bye.